Okay, guys, there is something seriously wrong with my broadcasting for some reason. I'm trying to multi-stream it, and it's perpetually stuck in sending data. There's something very weird going on. So YouTube may not get the broadcast today, which is highly unfortunate. So please forgive me for a minute while I make a community post so that the people on YouTube know that it's not happening for some reason. Hold on, I gotta share the Twitch link, which I'm sure they're going to be thrilled about. Twitch bros stay winning. We win by default. No! You guys quit enjoying this so much. Okay. Restream broke. Broadcast is on Twitch only today. Here's the link. Boom. And I'll copy that. Then I will paste that in Midas Mandates at YouTube. There we go. All right, we're so back. Hi guys. I didn't want to make you watch the spy swing a third time. Sorry about that. Oh, the misery. Oh god, and now everything's chunking out here too. Love the room. Oh, thank you, thank you. Here, let's move chat down to this. Today's gonna be just a chatting stream anyway, so I'm glad that it busted on the day that I decided I was only doing conversation and not a fancy gimmick. If this had happened during one of my gimmick streams, I think I might have just killed myself. You know what I need? I need some coffee, that's what I need. So I've got my coffee hidden, tucked behind my monitor, so I have to move my tracker to grab it. And let's move that to the chair. What a day! What a fucking day, everybody! Forced to be here with you cretins. Now, YouTube, Twitch, get along, you two. Okay? God, it's like I'm in the same room as, like, divorced parents. You guys my divorced parents? I wouldn't... No, my parents aren't divorced. My family has lots of problems, but we have one benefit, and it's not a house of divorce. I don't take it for granted. Many people live in divorced households, and I know that their lives are a different kind of misery than mine. We all have our own advanced miseries, but I've always been very thankful that's not one of them. So you guys can roleplay being divorced parents for me. Quit jumping toast, everybody. Will the unedited VOD be uploaded to YouTube? I will do my best to make sure that it is uploaded to YouTube. Unfortunately, it won't be uploaded to the VOD, the stream tab, which is irritating because it's really convenient for people to be able to see it there, but I do want to make sure people have access to it. So it'll be uploaded directly after. I will do my best. I'll try and download it ASAP and pop it up there. YouTube needs to play nice with us. They're my domain. Domain expansion. Twitch chat. Damn it, Midas, I get ads on here. Hey, I didn't do this on purpose. If I had my way, it would be Twitch that bugged out and YouTube would be working. The dog and the kids are mine. You got that dog in you? Midas, you're the reason your mother and I are separating. Bliss. Yeah, no, I had like a whole plan and everything too. Today I was gonna have separate chats. I was gonna have the Twitch chat on this side and the YouTube chat on this side. No, I was gonna have the Twitch on this side, YouTube on this side. I had it like all set up and everything split and everything working nice. And I was gonna have you guys like duke it out in like a battle royale. But I went to go grab the YouTube chat, and I found out that it wasn't. It was said that there was an encoding error, and it had nothing to do with the fact I hadn't even touched like the separate chat box yet. Just YouTube wasn't picking up the stream at all in the slightest. So there's something fundamentally wrong today on YouTube's back end, and I'm suffering for it. Because of course I am. That's where I am. I am suffering the wrath of YouTube. Maybe this is my punishment for having such a hot take. Twitch won before they even tried. Twitch didn't win. Nobody won. There's been no battle yet to win. Okay? You can't win something that hasn't even been started. If somebody quits, you don't win by default. Just like, I guess they lose by default if they quit. I don't know. What are like the rules around that kind of thing? Are you a web developer or have knowledge of coding? No, fuck no. I have no fucking idea. I just know that at the bottom of OBS it said encoding error. And I go to YouTube's backend and it says processing data, but none of the stream is showing up. So something's wrong. And you don't need to be a tech genius to figure that one out. Got an ad earlier on YouTube that was a VTuber but skipped it. I've been getting a lot of VTuber related ads myself recently, especially for Idle EN, for their new like generation of VTubers. They've really gone the full on like hardcore like pushing, which is surprising to me. It's surprising because YouTube ads are not cheap, okay? I've looked into them and they are not cheap to run. Like if you're running them for like a 24-hour period, it's actually pretty cheap. But what they're doing is, I'm sure that they have like a budget of a couple $1,000s per video, or at least $1,000 per video for a limited time frame. And they're shoving their debut ads to everyone. It's crazy. And I'm looking at the ads and they're all really highly produced and edited. So the videos probably cost a couple $100s to make. So I'm just sitting here like, wasn't Idol like bought out by another group because they were fucking with their budget? Wasn't that like the big hullabaloo a little while ago? They got themselves in trouble because they weren't paying their artists and they were kind of forcing the hand of the talents to pay. And they still haven't paid some musicians. Like, Idol, what are you doing? Got so many fucking V4 Mirai or whoever just debuted. Yeah, no, Idol was bought by the Brave Group, which also has V4 Mirai under its umbrella now. I've tried to audition for Brave Group a few times, and I don't know. They're definitely looking for people that are very Idol-like, if that makes sense, or esports. A lot of VTuber groups want esports players. Like, it's bizarre. Like, they want, like, people that are really good at video games, and it's just like, fuck, I'm already disqualified, right? Like, there's no way. There's no way. I can't imagine myself. Like, I know I've got the tactical gear, I got the tactical outfit on, but that's an aesthetic. I can't aim a gun to save my life in a video game. I've never actually tried in real life, but I've got a crossbow now. Speaking of guys, the crossbow came. The crossbow came. The tactical crossbow came. I'm so excited. It came and a bunch of bolts came with it as well. Are you good at Appendix Legends? I've never played Apex a single time in my entire life. Literally, the only, like, competitive game I've ever played is Dead by Daylight. And that's because I love the meme of Nicolas Cage being a playable character, but not even being, like, a killer. Like, he's a victim. You can play as victim Nicolas Cage. And that shit's hilarious to me. I love running around as Nicolas Cage, and he's just doing his old man moans, going, why am I here? It's just like, You're here because your son likes this video game. GBD is competitive? Oh, yes. There's Dead by Daylight tournaments and all that. Nicolas Cage could never be a victim. That's right. This was all his diabolical scheme this whole time. He planned Dead by Daylight. He is the blight. The femboy lover yearns for old man moans. Noted. Okay, psych. You say that. You say that. But there's a character in Honkai Star Rail that recently released that has me, like it's opened my third eye. Hold on. Let me open Twitter. His name's Mr. Reika or Rika? Rekka? And look, I'm not into old men. Like, generally. After, like, a certain visual, like, if they look like they're 50, I'm not exactly into that. That's just, it doesn't clock in my mind as attractive. This guy, though, he's, like, he still looks fairly young, but he's got, like, his hair's going gray. So he is a bit older. People have been drawing some very good, tasteful NSFW of this guy. It's crazy. Hold on. I'm pulling him up on Twitter. He does, like, the evil bitch laugh, and it is... I don't know. I'm kind of going wild for it. Okay. Pulled up Twitter. KOBS. Here, we'll use the dead YouTube channel source. Properties. No, you guys need to see this. This is crazy. Like, if a baddie... What? Yes! Yes! Computer, I want people to be able to see my shit. Like, look at this! Look at this guy! That is very cunty. I mean... Look, if a bad bitch was doing this, you guys would be frothing at the mouth too, okay? And I discovered my version of the bad bitch. With, like, the hands and the... I'm sold. I'm sold. And, like, you can't hear it, but there was, like, a frothy little ee-hee-hee-hee in there. It's mine. He's mine. Put him in a dress. Signed, sealed, delivered. Have I heard him talk? Yeah, I've heard him talk. I've heard him talk, and it's just like, oh my god. This guy's a fucking weasel. I need him. I need this weasel. I don't even play Honkai Star Rail. Legitimately, I do not play Honkai Star Rail. I played the beginning of the first chapter and never moved past it. Not because it was bad, but because it's very mentally taxing to play video games. It's a lot of effort. So I'm caught up on the story with, like, plot summaries and watching other Let's Players, but I haven't played the game. I will play this game for this guy. I need to understand this creature. He needs to be Honkai Star Railed. Yes? Yes? I want this weaselly little whistle dick in my studio. After class. Okay. Okay. Stretch. He's doing the Unogasai face and piss. Look, I have a thing for crazy bitches. And he is absolutely a crazy bitch. Midas, you're scaring me right now. Look, you're not in a skirt. You'll be fine. Have I played Final Fantasy 16? Do I look like the kind of person to play Final Fantasy 16? Do I genuinely give off the vibe of somebody who wants to play Final Fantasy 16? I want you guys to be totally honest with me. Where's my fucking boots? There we go. Do I look like a Final Fantasy 16 player? Why is my leg tracking off? Honestly, I might just stand up for stream today. I'm sitting and... Oh, okay, I'm horizontal now, chat. I'm blaming you. It's your fault that I'm horizontal. Oh, okay. Okay. Who's... Sky, save me! I'm horizontal. Ah! Ah! Okay. I'm just moving the beanbag out of my closet, and I'm just going to stand. This reminds me of the bloopers of Shrek 1. The Shrek 1 blooper reels. This is what it feels like you're watching right now. All right. I am not a Final Fantasy 16 player. All right. Let's adjust my tracking, full body, and reset body origin. Reset. There we go. No, now it's even worse. Okay, guys. This show has gone so off script today. Okay, I'm just gonna take this off. Move this over here. Reset body origin. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. That took way more effort than it needed to. But now we've got proper full body. This is just so fucking Looney Tune. Anyway. All that aside, we're so back. Hello. Can't take me seriously now? What, you were able to take me seriously before? That in itself is a surprise. I'm gonna move the head tracker up here. And I'm gonna move the body tracker to this angle. There, now we're cooking. Now we're thinking with portals. Midas T-poses while I dominate with superior, the upside down T-pose. What would we call an upside down T-pose? Would we call that a lost pose? Midas is synonymous with technical difficulties. Yes, well, I'm very difficult technically. Haven't even played Portal. Actually, Ayumi. Actually, I've played Portal 2. I have played Portal 2. I have not played Portal 1, but I've played Portal 2. And I did this at university. I had an associate who wanted to show me how video games were done. And she had brought her gaming console. I don't know which one it was. It also, she also played that game with Ezio in it, where he jumps off of Italian towers or something. I think he screws Leonardo da Vinci or something. I can't remember the name of the game. He's got like the white suit on and the sword hand, like he's Edward Elric. Assassin's Creed, yeah. She played Assassin's Creed with me, and she played Portal 2 with me. That was my gaming experience, was a little bit in college. The Edward Elric arm. I couldn't remember. I remembered his name. It was Ezio. I just couldn't remember the name of the game. Oh, yes, that game. With the assassins in it. What's it called? You know. They have this kind of, like, creed that they go by, you know, for their assassinations. If only I could remember the name of the game that Ezio's in. I wrote it not to get about Ezio. Sound like such a boomer? Oh, fuck you, Ayumi. Explodes of cringe. Me. I don't know what you expected coming here. If you were expecting some sort of revolutionary political talk based off of that video that exploded recently, I don't know if you're going to get that delivered exactly, because that's not what I do. I just say so much all at once, and yet nothing at all. It's actually quite a superpower of mine. It's called being able to fill dead air. Now, why is the air dead, you may ask? I don't know, but I'm going to zoom out. Hello, Moe_. Welcome. First time chat. You killed it. What video? Yeah, what video indeed, Ayumi. You know, I never saw so many depressing things said in a comment section. When I want to feel like shit, I look at that video's comment section because, oh my god. Like, I don't have a bleeding heart. I don't have compassion for my fellow man, but that makes it very close, you know? I feel dangerously close to feeling something. Saw your videos on YouTube. It's good. Oh, thank you. Oh, don't you KEKW me, Ayumi. It's your fault I say that, by the way. I never used to type KEKW. That was never part of my vocabulary digitally, ever. Until you started saying it. Now I fucking type it to everybody multiple times a day. I was just thinking about that this morning because, like, it was a very recent vernacular acquisition of mine. And I was just wondering, who says that to me? Where did I get that from? It's you. You did this to me. You win. Yeah. Midas is in the thick of it. That's right. Last week I promised you guys I'd cover KSI's Into the Thick of It song. I got busy finishing off Butcher's Vein. By the way, covered Butcher's Vanity with Ray Sirena on YouTube. If you haven't seen it yet, you should. Excellent song for Halloween. My mother came into my room, you know, because she wants to be supportive, and she's just like, "Oh, can I see the video before it drops?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'll be like midnight when it drops, so you'll be asleep. So here, I'll play it for you. Give me your honest thoughts." And she sits down and she's got her fingers laced and she's just watching the video very intensely, very judgmental, like. You know, I feel like I'm on the fucking X Factor, and she's like one of the judges. She's gonna hit the button to get me killed, right? And the video ends, and she solemnly nods, and she looks at me, and she's like, you know, you told me it was a Halloween song, so I expected it to be edgy. It is what it is. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But what did you think? And she goes, I don't like the outfit your character was wearing. And it's just like, huh? A butcher wouldn't wear that outfit. That breaks so many health codes. That is so gross. You would be deservedly fired for wearing that. Look at all the open cleavage. Those are not to standard. And she's just going on and on. I'm like, okay. Apparently I'm fired for being a bad butcher, guys. Made me a lot more uncomfortable than I thought it would, which is probably a good thing. Hey, here for that. It's one of my favorite recent Vocaloid songs. And, yeah. I guess you aren't Butcher certified. Mom, this is funnier than Midas. Shut the fuck up, you guys. So, here's the thing. I warned her, hey, I'm going to be streaming Wednesdays. I'll be streaming at this time, 6 p.m. I know that you probably want to, remain, off this kind of thing. You don't want to be seen or heard. So if you come in or you want to do something and I'm upstairs, just know that anything you say and do will be recorded. People will hear it, okay? So, if you don't want that, this is the time to be aware of that. That being said, if you want to say hi, I don't actually mind you being in here. It's more about your privacy. So she goes, oh, thank you. And then, you know what she fucking did? 2 weeks ago? Do you guys remember when she came in to give me the coffee? She was standing there in the door looking very evilly at me because I feel like she had a billion things that she wanted to yell at you guys. And it's just like, oh, okay, so this wasn't a warning. This was an open invitation then? Oh, okay, I see how it is. This... She is never getting a feature on here. And this is a promise. Because I know what the internet does to people that show off their mothers. And you sick freaks are gonna stay away from my mother. That said, she was very excited afterwards. She asked me, so how did the stream go? Broadcast! Fuck! How did the broadcast oh, and did they like me giving you the coffee? It's just like, I don't even think they heard you, but if they did, I'm sure they thought it was fine. Like, the performance of her giving me a coffee as a sweet gesture was very important for her. Mother-in-law, Milfdis. Stop calling her Milfdis. Stop it. Your mom sounds lovely. I love my mother. I love my mother a lot. Let her know that we thought she was the best part of the broadcast. Yeah, no, I'm not going to tell her that, because if I tell her that, she's going to show up to every single one of them. And I can't handle that. Yeah, no, actually, speaking of her, the laundry machine, well, it died like a couple days ago, so the house has slowly become more and more like desperate, in need of a laundry machine. So I'm like, you know what? For the first time in my life, I have a little bit of liquid funds. I can replace the washing machine. I felt like such a powerful fucking creature. I felt so important and so wonderful and so powerful, because I could just go, hey guys, it's okay. It's okay. I can solve this. I can take us out of this predicament. Yes, yes. Don't mind me playing the hero. Today, so we bought a secondhand one for like $400. And technically it's my washing machine. And it came today, so we had to move the busted and trashed one out of the house. This monster of a machine is so heavy. So me and my mother and my brother grabbed like 3 corners of it, and we're just wiggling it down the hallway. The parrot's screaming at us. The machine keeps trying to flip over on top of me. My mother's heckling us the whole time. She's like those puppets from the Muppets that are in like the balcony, Statler and Waldorf. Living with her is like constantly being heckled. 400 sounds like a good deal. It was a great deal. It was a great deal. Do not have a dolly? The wheel is busted, and it just made more sense to like kind of wiggle it out of the room, you know? Yeah. Yeah. You want to know a secret? I want to know a secret, actually, about me and my mother. One that I don't think she's going to see, because there's no fucking way she's going to watch this broadcast. She's busy with stuff. And nobody likes to backwatch the broadcast because they're so long. So I really win. I can get away with saying anything. Interesting thing about my mother. And I'm sorry that this is becoming the mom cast. I promise it stops after this story. Is when I was a little kid, I was really into Hitalia, like really, really embarrassingly into Hitalia. Like I did an Italy cosplay. I spoke with, you know how weebs speak in fake broken Japanese? I spoke in, well, fake broken Irish and fake broken Italian for two different like periods of time, because I thought that those two things were the coolest things in the whole wide world. I thought, well, you know, Italy's like whole personality is liking spaghetti and meatballs and pasta, right? And I guess since I'm just like Italy, I also love spaghetti and meatballs and pasta. Here's the thing, I actually really don't like spaghetti at all. Like, it's all right, but it's not my favorite. It's far from it, even. If I was given that and a bunch of other things, I would usually pick the other things. But because I was so loud about doing the Italy impression, going, yeah, I love pasta and all that shit, my mother picked up on that, and she's just like, wow, my kid really likes pasta for some reason. So whenever I want to show affection to my child, I will make the spaghetti and meatballs. So I never told her that I don't actually like spaghetti, like, or that I grew out of it. Whenever it's like she wants to specifically show love for me, or like it's my birthday or something, she'll make spaghetti and meatballs because she thinks it's my favorite food. And I could have told her years ago, but her doing that specifically lets me know that she's thinking of me, and I always feel very touched and loved when she does that. So even though technically, physically, it's not my favorite food, it is my favorite food. Because whenever I have it, I know that she was thinking of me and that she wanted to make me happy. Yeah. She made me spaghetti tonight. Yeah. W mom this moment. Yeah. She's pretty sweet. She has her moments anyway. Only moments though. Am I supposed to say, oh, or hate her? I don't know why you would hate her. People are interesting creatures with lots of nuance, lots of good things and lots of bad things. And nobody's excellent, nobody's perfect. Some people are just diabolical little schemers. Yes? Nobody can be perfect, but people can be what they are, and you can love people no matter what. Macarons for dessert? No macarons for dessert. You think we get macarons out here, Ayumi? Come on now. I can make you spaghetti when you come visit. Oh, you. Got an ad for the new Batman game. Make your own macarons. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. But yeah. So we had the provincial elections recently in Canada, where I am. And it's interesting because even though I'm very far away from city centers and whatnot, they still have the elections people come out. And this year, voting was digital. I'm used to it being like a piece of paper that you put a check mark in, and then it goes in a paper box, and then that box gets locked in a safe, and then that safe goes on a truck, and that truck goes away. And then we find out the results like a day or two later. This time, it was you go into the booth, you've got your candidates, you got your Conservative, you got your NDP, you got your Green Party, you got your Liberal, you got your Independent, you got whoever's running, right? And just like usual, you check it off and you slip it in the forbidden black envelope. This time, though, they didn't have their box and then they didn't have their safe. This time they had something that looked like a printer, but it was like a black printer, and it was very weird, and it was making weird slurping noises, like, I'm not sure what it was doing. You go over, and the kind lady at Vote BC, she's like, oh yes, give me your vote, and you just hand it over to her. She puts it into the printer, and it feeds in, kind of like those scanning machines. Anyway, so you put your vote in, and it violently slurps it out of the black envelope, and then it makes some whistling and beeping, and then it makes a ding noise like a fucking microwave. And the woman turns to me and goes, ah yes, your vote has been counted. And it's just like, huh? Do you have like a living creature in there that's just gobbling everybody's votes? The ballot machine kind of freaky though. Yeah. Like all the noises, I'm just like looking at this thing like, so at what point, like at what level do I fight this creature? Like at what point, like is this a mimic? She doesn't know about the ballot goblins. Anyway, but yeah, I think this is the fastest in memory that the votes were ever counted, because it was like 2 hours later we found out who won, and it was like, wow, huh. You never, regular people at 16, fuck you, psych, fuck you. The ballot machine 2 down bad. Ballot machine with questionable head gain. I'm gonna stick my massive hog in the ballot machine and see what it registers the vote as. What would it register a dick as? Like, what party is the dick party? That's the real question. Rolls 1, voting gets eaten by the ballot machine. Live your life like a D&D game. You roll a natural 1 and you get eaten by the ballot machine. I can see it happening. Here's the thing. Speaking of machines and questionable usages of them, I used to work at a bakery, and in this bakery, it had an industrial-sized oven. And in these industrial-sized ovens, how they work is they are big, like, same size as my closet, basically. They're walk-in. You open a big swinging door, and there's a big rotating platform in the middle. There's heating elements all around the walls and the ceiling. There's a hatch in the ceiling, and there's handlebars in the back. What you do is you roll these big trolleys with a billion trays on them in there, and you can stick about 4 of them in there, and then you can walk out, you close it, and you lock it. Someone in my province recently, she was 19 years old a few days ago. It was just as the voting closed. It was all over the news. She was working at a bakery like the one I worked at. And it was the exact same model of oven. And she got locked in there. And she was baked alive. They found her hours later. They're suspecting foul play because you can't lock yourself in those things. They are designed to not be able to do what happened to her. It's like a fucking saw trap. And I used to joke when I worked at the bakery, like, haha, I could just walk in there and it's a saw trap. But it's not even supposed to activate when people go in there. Like, it's... To be fair, fail-safes do break, and I do remember that, like, there was always, like, somebody coming to repair it, crawling in the ceiling of the oven and opening the hatch and fiddling with shit. So maybe it was busted, but people are currently suspecting foul play, and I'm just sitting there like, holy shit, she's the same age that I was when I was working at an identical bakery using an identical machine. I think this was in a Walmart bakery specifically. So the whole Walmart got shut down. Holy fuck. Can you imagine being the manager, coming in the next day and finding the corpse of a 19-year-old girl in your oven? How large are the ovens? I'd say if you got, like, a human, like a normal-sized adult human, you could squish about 8 of them in a circle tightly in there and 1 in the middle, 1 or 2 in the middle. Like, you could squish a lot of people in there. That's how big these ovens are. Oh, it actually happened in Green Corm City? Oh, wow. It's walking, yeah. Yeah. No, the thing is, here's the thing. You can walk into the walk-in freezers that are the same size or bigger and survive the night if you have a jacket. Hell, even if you don't have a jacket, it might be difficult, but there's ways to make it out of there alive. And it's not as painful after a while because unlike burning alive, where you feel every single fucking moment of it, freezing, your nerves actually stop working after a point. So it's less painful to freeze to death because eventually you just numb. And it's slower and it's easier to survive. If you're in an oven, you have very short window of time. And that's another thing too. Like, there's no way she could have done it herself because you can't have those ovens turned on when the door is open. Like, you have to, like, when you close it, you have to physically manually do the touchscreen stuff to turn the oven back on. So even if it was at peak heat when she opened it, walked in, pushed something in there, and it accidentally closed behind her, the heat would still dissipate. She'd be very badly burnt, but she wouldn't die. Like, there's no way, unless somebody was physically pushing the buttons outside, that she should have died. Unless she was, like, extremely asthmatic, and then the heat, like, maybe wrecked her lungs, but she didn't die from breathing bad. She died from being burnt to a fucking crisp, like in a saw trap. There's been rumors that particular oven had been complained about for years, and nothing was ever done. Holy shit. That's... Green Corm? Yeah, it's pretty bad. True crime and murder mysteries with Midas. I mean, it's just like it's local. Like, that's like just a short drive away from me. Well, short. Everything is short. Everything's like an hour plus. But, oh my god. Damn, cream corn, we're local. That's crazy. If I ever held a Duder meetup, I could expect to see you there. We're not having a meetup at any bakeries, though. I think that's outstayed its welcome. Rumors, because we don't need a Boeing whistleblower situation, but with Walmart. Nah, I ain't a pussy. I ain't a pussy. There's no rumors here. Midas, why does your place of living seem like the capital of crime? That reminds me of the Harvest Time Bakery accident where 2 workers were baked alive in the oven. It wasn't cooled down correctly. Would a Walmart bakery also killed someone in BC and Nova Scotia at the same time? Was it Nova Scotia? Am I stupid? Hold on. Maybe I read the story wrong. To be fair, it was happening during the election. I thought for some reason it was in a different town. Hold on, I'm looking this up real quick. Ah! I thought it was in... Okay, I thought it was in a town that was a few hours away from me. I thought it was in Kamloops, but it's not in Kamloops. And to those going, oh my god, location! Everything is a few hours away from Kamloops. You ain't getting shit from me. Am I stupid? If I answer this question honestly, I will be in trouble. Shut the fuck up, Dynamite. Hey, what did I miss? I swear these Walmart ovens out here claiming more lives than sharks. True, can confirm. Exactly, Ayumi. As long as I don't say anything that's like within an hour radius of me, I'm fine. Anything over an hour radius, it's fine. Under an hour radius, I'm fucked. I'm also a few hours from Kamloops. Exactly, Ayumi. Exactly. Talking about bacon people? Oven killer be winning. It's kind of freaky how close it was to Halloween. Talking about the one in New Brunswick? Major dogs here. Guys, did you know that I'm in Canada? I'm in Canada, guys. Ooh. Hi, Key. There's actually a local convention, and by local, I mean a few hours away. But it's local. In Kelowna. I was thinking I might attend. And if I was going to do that, I would probably try and set up a meetup, if there's anybody interested. But that might be the first IRL meetup, if I ever do one. Canada, that's pretty local. Oh, I live in Kelowna. Well, isn't that neat, dapper madman? Sorry for your loss. Canada is a difficult spawning point. Nah, difficult spawning point is the fucking Middle East, my guy. Holy shit. You cannot lose the lottery more than currently being alive in the Middle East. Like, I have complaints about Canada. Maybe assisted suicide is absolutely dreadful. Maybe our homeless problem is bad. Maybe our housing crisis is actually a crisis. But we're not in the middle of a fucking religious war, okay? We're not in the middle of a genocide. We're not in the middle of whatever the fuck is going on over there. So, you know what? I complain, I bitch, I moan. Maybe I want to move to Ireland, but every day I look at the news, I look at literal corpses of children being paraded all over social media, and I go, you know what? Maybe right now I'm all right. Maybe I'm doing okay. This is a PvE, just not PvP crazy. I'd rather assisted than unassisted. Yeah, we have our opinions on the conversation for sure, Ayumi. Oh, welcome first time chatter, Dazalia. Disease nuts. Got him. Nobody's getting off scot-free here. Doesn't matter if you're first time or long time. You just like it more romantic. Found you on YouTube? Oh, well, hi. Can we ban Midas? It's my stream. You know what? To be fair, it looks like YouTube banned me from streaming anyway. You just got one. Why are you so mean, Twitch? This is why YouTube chat is my baby. That's why I'm so sad that YouTube chatters are dead today. I love my YouTube chatter babies. You guys are so mean. You guys are so mean to me. It's a broadcast. YouTube banned. YouTube banned Midas from broadcasting. Oh, it wasn't a ban. That's me being pedantic. Is pedantic the word? I tried. So usually I multi-stream. So how I do that is I do it through Restream. And that takes my my streaming stuff and it splits it. It sends it to 2 places at the same time. And it generates a broadcast on both ends. And it just treats it like normal data. For some reason, YouTube is just not picking up any of my data. It said that it was sending the data, but then nothing would pop up. So, like, for some reason, YouTube just decided it doesn't want to stream with me today. So, we're Twitch only today. Because life sucks. Life sucks, everybody. Life sucks, then you die. Like in the Middle East. The fact that you're female gives a new meaning to broadcast. That's crazy! That's crazy. Hello. Oh my god, it's Mr. Underhill! The time-limited owl. That's crazy. Oh my god, you're time-limited. Eh? 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 Oh, how you doing? Yeah. We're just talking about how for some reason my stuff isn't working. Females light up the world, that's why it's called broad daylight. That's crazy. You missed the rotating oven conversation, so I guess maybe you're good for that. Midas starts fangirling now. I already had the clock is ticking down. Ticking down. The clock is ticking down. Ripperoni. Nah. The You missed me looking at Mr. Reika? Mr. Reika earlier from Honkai Star Rail. I was showing off him doing the cunty hand pose. Yeah, no. Like when guys are bad bitches, I'm sold. I'm torn. Like, not torn. I'm stitched. I'm put back together. Are we trapped here? Yes, you are. Guess we aren't bad bitches. That's, men need to harness their bad bitch side more often. Exactly. Look, that is the power they have. It's a power. Kind of like how in my very highly controversial video, I talked about the rare, underspoken about social power that a female can have in some situations. There is an underutilized, underappreciated power that men can have that they underutilize, and that is their sex appeal. And I don't mean like in the I'm super buff and I'm super, Giga Chad kind of sex appeal, because that's a thing. A lot of the times gay men really like that as well, actually. So if you're a big, hardcore, strong muscle guy, do know that you appeal very strongly to some kinds of women, but a lot of gay men. So if you think getting super strong and super swole is going to get you lots of bitches, you might be getting a different kind of bitches than you're expecting. But no, feminine men are so powerful, but hygienic, well-dressed men. Hygienic, well-dressed men. Like, I know that sounds like the bare minimum, but hear me out. A lot of guys will do the bare minimum, and they attract solid, like, hardcore hotties. And guys don't understand why. It's because maybe women don't have lower standards, but a lot of there's a growing misunderstanding amongst the population that doing things like that are like seen as a waste of time or seen as overly feminine, trust me when I say that it's highly appreciated. But I like Stinky like showered earlier in the day but then went to the gym. Yeah, Ayumi, you can have the musk, that's fine. Why is hygiene always highlighted? Why is it hard for other dudes to shower or bath every day? Proper case. Like, that's why characters like Mr. Reika really appeal to me, because they're really sharply dressed. They're kind of feminine. They're kind of scary in a little bit of a fun, exciting way. But, like, they're clean, right? And I'm not meaning, like, clean shaven, because beards are really nice, too. But, like, you don't know how many chances you lose in life being dirty or smelling. If you smell, and it's not like I just worked out at the gym kind of smell. It's like I haven't showered for 2 weeks and I've got visible grime on me kind of smell. Nobody will give you a chance. You will, unless it's like a hardcore fetishist that's into that thing, 0 out of 10 times you will attract anybody, even if you are the hottest guy in the room. I swear to God, even the hottest man alive, if he has a bad smell, will repulse every single person. If you personally are not into really overly badly fragrant people, then why would they be into you being overly badly fragrant? Yes? Anyway. Midas, you all want people are not one to talk about female ones. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Asmongold. I want to beat Asmongold to a pulp with a pipe. Like, it's kind of like house cleaning a roach, you know? Like, I see him coming, and, like, I feel like nothing to do with his, like, character or content. I don't watch his shit. I just know what I see, and I see every time I see him, it's just like I have this inner desire to cleanse the space I'm in, you know? Like, the fact that Twitter made a big deal about him cleaning his sink makes me want to cause absolute mayhem. Like, I've got a crowbar. I've got the fucking what you did the bolt action crossbow. Bolt action, the semi-automatic crossbow that you guys sent me. By the way, it's very scary to carry a crossbow from the post office all the way across town, jumping over like 4-lane highway, with a big box that says an AR-6 Stinger on it, because it's a weapon. I don't want to be caught holding a box that says AR-6 on it. And I got, like, there's like a preschool. Not even a preschool. It's like a daycare. Really close. Because recently a bunch of, like, new migrants came to the town and they brought children. So finally, for once, we have kids in this town. So they needed a daycare. So they opened one recently. This glorified babysitter was taking like a group of 10 kids on a leash. They were all holding the leash and they were walking across the road, and I was holding my AR-6, just trying to, like, I was jaywalking across this 4-lane highway, speeding, and this woman's looking at me carrying this crossbow with the kids, and she kind of, like, grabs the leash and she pulls them a little closer, and she's staring at me, and I'm staring at her like a wild animal as I'm darting the other way. Yeah. Jaywalking across the highway is crazy. 4-lane highway. Living in my town, holy fuck, you almost got me saying the name out loud. You get very good at jaywalking because there's only one crosswalk, and that's across from the Tim Hortons. Because of course it is, right? And so for 90% of doing things in this town, you have to literally sprint across a 4-lane highway. So if to live here, you have to be very good at jaywalking. So everybody gets very good at jaywalking from day one. Living in Smallville, got it. Lamau. Sounds about right, Lamau. Midas wants to cannibalize the children. No. Hard pass. Hard pass. You're Canadian? I like how you said that with such horror in your typed words. You're Canadian? Yeah, no. So many Canadian VTubers. It's kind of crazy. Adding to the crime capital allegations, we have professional jaywalking. Cute, sublime. Art of jaywalking was invented by my Lebanese forefathers. Halloween came early today. That's insane. A lot of new people. What's interesting is because of my lighting and the quality of my model and just, Warudo and the setup, the body tracking, I'm getting a lot of tourists in on my videos. Like my videos are being recommended to non-VTuber watchers, and every single one of them has decided they're going to comment under my videos, whatever the first one of mine is. I thought this was going to be an animation meme. I saw from the thumbnail, something really high. I didn't realize this was a VTuber. I thought this was going to be an animation meme. Get your ass out of here. Animation meme? Thought I was some sort of advanced MMD. Miss me with that shit. Beginning to wonder if all Canadians are VTubers. There's so many. You do give animation meme vibes, though. Here's the thing. I used to have a TikTok when I was still flesh tubing, kind of. I move the way I do because I was trained on these streets, brother. I'm very much so like you grab the phone and you do the movements, I'm very good at them. And it is kind of like how Ayumi taught me accidentally to type KEKW as a word. Whenever I'm on a FaceTime with somebody in real life, my TikTok instincts kick in. And I will angle the camera at random angles for funny things. Like if I'm saying something and I'm literally walking down the street. And I'm let's say talking to my older sister and I'm FaceTiming her. And I'm about to say something funny. I'll angle it down so that it's below my chin and I'll move it up close. So that you've got the dramatic TikTok. Because I'm fucking stupid. I can't help myself. It's so funny to me. And I think it enriches the conversation personally. I think that I'm better off for it. Imagine being a dumbass. Yeah, imagine. Couldn't be me. Sure, better. Your terms are acceptable, but not the way you think. So, I invested, personally, in some equipment recently. Now, up until now, I had the Quest 2. I got it at university because I needed it for a course, and it is dog shit. I would never recommend the Quest 2 to anybody, unless you're the super duper hobbyist and you never plan to do anything useful with it. It is a pain in the ass to use. It is uncomfortable. It is hot. It is heavy. Give me mad headaches. Just don't get the Quest 2. Quest 2 is dog shit, okay? That is my review. Quest 2, dog shit. The Quest 1, probably more dog shit, because the Quest 2 is supposed to be better than the Quest 1. I don't know anything about the Quest 3, but I'm swearing off of Quests, because they're so bad. Over here, I'm just pulling it out, got the Vive XR. I forgot if it was the XR or not, I had to check. Got the Vive XR with the facial tracker, and it's mostly set up. So we're gonna be seeing different kinds of streams soon. This only arrived super recently. I was going to do Friday streams every week. Friday broadcasts once a week, so that I'd be doing 2 broadcasts a week. But my plans were demolished because I got busy. This Friday, hopefully, will be the first Friday broadcast. Yeah! Stop saying stream. Stop saying stream. This isn't just stream. This is a broadcast. Working in a bakery, swearing off quests you'd make for a good peasant. I mean, I don't know, I feel like I've got a good villain color palette. I don't think I look that much like a peasant. I don't think I look like an NPC. I don't know, chat. Do I give off NPC energy? Look at this bullshit, chat. Look at this. What have you done to me? Why would you do this to me, chat? I'm crying. I'm crying. My poor feet. Why would you do this to me? One day we will get the membership broadcast. I'm sorry, Helta! Something bit my elbow, and it is... The bug bites are getting bad. Broad stream. Well, here you are. Where Ayumi Well, here you are. Where Ayumi hangs out. Yes. Was it Momdus stream with a broad on it? My mind is broad, magnanimous, juicy and delicious even. Holy shit, I'm breaking out in hives. Do I have, like, mites? Oh, I gotta vacuum this room afterwards. Yeah. But yeah, Halloween's coming up, and I remember historically there was always like a billion, like, kids on Halloween. Like, even in this tiny ass town, we used to keep like a tally mark, and one of us would be sitting at the door, and we'd be giving out chocolate or pop or whatever we were giving out that year, and we would, you know, have a list at the end going, oh, we got this many visitors. Every single year it's gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. I genuinely think we might only get 20 kids this year. It makes me kind of sad, because I look forward to sitting in front of the door in full costume and giving out candy, you know? This year I was going to do Butcher Vanity Midas as my Halloween costume, because it's really easy to do, okay? It's a black unbuttoned collared shirt, a white apron, black shorts, long red socks, black gloves. Like, come on now. Easy dub. And then I was thinking like the rabbit helmet and some the triangle glasses. I don't know. I still might do it. Depends. Looking forward to scaring children as balding Michael Myers. Yeah. And plug the merch with the Butcher Vanity apron. Okay, I'm not gonna go that far. I don't want strangers to know exactly who I am. Yeah, no. The other day, I was being... Do it in the Virgin... I'm not wearing the Virgin Killer sweater on Halloween. The fuck? No Midas costume. Initially, my Midas model was supposed to have a Halloween costume that wasn't going to be like anything Butcher Vanity related. It was going to be a gangster with a Tommy gun, but I ran out of time to put together the reference for my modeler, so that's on me. That's on me, guys. Nude apron, then. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you specifically, Xander. You specifically are on my shit list. You specifically, Xander Kane, are on my shit list. I'm not wearing a fucking nude apron. You're never getting me in a nude apron. You can use your gangster outfit on Valentine's Day. Honestly, that's kind of Kino. That is kind of that's actually a pretty good idea. What if he's into that? True. I do seem to have an audience full of masochists. What's really funny is I've been seeing more and more people like really taking a shine to mail this, aka your chat representative. So here's the thing. Now, different streamers or broadcasters or VTubers or whatever we are, they have little chat mascots usually, and they're usually little cute little things. And initially, mine was a little ball. with sunglasses, stick arms, stick legs, and it still technically is. However, Duders now have a second form, and the second form is Maledis. And Maledis is a male version, like big masculine version of my model, and I put it out there. My lore behind it is that Maledis is given a super spy pill, and he can shrink down, and then he climbs into that little egg, and the egg is actually a mech. Okay, so the little Duder ball is actually an egg-shaped mech with little robot arms and legs. So, get in the egg, chat. Fujoshi spotted. I've never been a Fujoshi. I don't know why that's a joke that's starting to circulate. On Twitter, Cora was like, oh, it's a funny, you should make the two versions of Maledis kiss. And I thought, oh, that's hilarious. Now everybody's calling me a Fujo because I took the two versions of myself? Get out of here. Miss me with that shit. Miss me with that shit. I made a whole video talking about how much I hate Fujo shitheads. Leave me alone. Hello, world. Hello, the .k. Could totally draw it in. That's crazy. Trying to do to you what they did to poor Grimmy, gaslit the girl into being a Fujo. Nah, you'll never get me. You'll never get me. I'm too strong for that. I survived Tumblr at its height, okay? I can handle you guys. Easy. By the way, Metis, how's your week been? My week's been alright. Released a very fun music video with a wonderful friend of mine. Thank you for the sub, Rima Geek. Was it you, Rima, who did the voice acting of Maledis? There was somebody on Twitter that voice acted Maledis. Was that you? Yeah, that was you. Yeah, I knew I recognized your username. That shit was peak. I linked that to everybody. I'm like, look at this, guys. Like, I was going into people's DMs like, you're not gonna believe this. That was fun. Yeah. Nah. You guys, like, knock it out of the park with just the community interaction and all the fun stuff, and hell, even the memes you make in Discord. It's great. It's great. I feel like there's endless possibilities. We've got a whole universe we're exploring together here. Okay, I should be writing a 4,000-word essay that's due tomorrow, but instead I'm watching an unhinged broadcast. You know, you sound just like me with your levels of procrastination. Chat, can we point and laugh at this person who's procrastinating his 4,000-word essay? Real quick, can we collectively, politely shame him into focusing on his work? You can do both. Listen to the broadcast and do the essay. Now, point and laugh at Midas. What? You guys are assholes. No, because unlike you, he's a member of society. Damn, I can't even shame my own chat. Aren't you procrastinating making fun of a KSI song? I'm not procrastinating. I had to finish Butcher's Vanity first. That was priority. I had to finish some of the video stuff. What do you mean, liar? It literally was posted! Still cooking up the Ayumi vs. Midas in Baki Rotoscope, and at the rate it's going, I will never finish. I'm procrastinating too. You're so real for that. You're so real for that. I do plan, whatever the 13th broadcast is going to be, I will have Ayumi actually on, so for those who have missed Ayumi being here, last time Ayumi was on one of my things, it was the conspiracy video. I'm pretty sure we might have been on a stream together. I'm not entirely, I don't quite remember. But next broadcast, be it on Friday with the VR stuff or be it next Wednesday, the plan is to have her on. So, can be excited about that. Bad luck broadcast? Oh no, it's good luck broadcast. Her number is 13. Have you not seen the branding on her, like, hips? She's big W. I watch Twitch fails and we all migrate to YouTube. That'd be kind of funny. Can we have broadcast... The next broadcast on a Friday? Can't miss the opportunity. Oh my god, Friday the 13th. That's fun. That's fun. Please, arm. Down, down, down. Thank you. I already get enough accusations that I look like a Nazi in this uniform. I don't want a broken model saluting for me. Is YouTube the Disney of streaming? YouTube is usually really good for streaming. But today, for some reason, it's just busted. Possessed by a Nazi. No! No, I swear to God, it was self-reflect, self-destructing on me. I was readjusting my stuff right here. The arm works up here. No, 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 no. No, no, there's zero Nazism here, okay? Zero. We ain't about that life here. Self-reflect to your inner self. No! The tracking program. Oh, you sons of bitches. You just want me. You just want to make me mold. You want to see me seethe and cope. You know what? I ain't falling for it. I see your tricks. I see your games. I just see that you're just taking the piss. You're taking the piss. That's all you're doing, and that's fine. That's fine. You want to know what's scary? Ego searching. Ego searching is actually pretty scary, especially as you're growing in numbers. I can't help it. It's a bad habit. But whenever I post something slightly controversial, I ego search. I look up myself. I look up my name. I look up what, I don't know, key phrases, just to see if people have been talking about me. Because if people are reacting negatively, I want to know. And if people are reacting positively, I want to know. And it's, you know, doing that, sometimes I find some really cool things. I find funny videos. I find... I mean, that's how I found Celerity Dust. One of my good buddies. It's because I ego searched and I found their video on me. Recently, I found myself on Kiwi Farms. Everybody, we made it. I need coffee for that one. No, that's not fucking awesome. That's where lol cows go to die. I don't want to be on the same website as Chris Chan. Anyway, apparently it wasn't for anything that I actually did. It was a one-off mention by a random guy saying in the VTuber thread, have you guys seen Midas? And they linked to a video. And people reacted with like the puking emoji or the thumbs up emoji. So it was only a mention, but even seeing myself on that website was enough to make me go, oh fuck, I got locked down. Like, you know how much my heart fucking jumped? It was like, uh-oh, please be good. And it was good. But 99.999% of the time, when you're on fucking Kiwi Farms, or you're on fucking the Virtual Asylum, or you're on 4chan, it's never good. I would know. Lol Cowdus? No. Not Lol Cowdus. Not Lol Cowdus. Please. It's bad enough that Cyrax is a VTuber now. Speaking of, you guys caught up on fucking Cyrax? Holy shit. It's funny that horror cow is trying to infiltrate the VTubing scene. His tracking is suboptimal, and so his model can't tell if his eyes are closed all the time or what they're doing. So, in his speech pattern, he was using like a kawaii chibi model for a while, and then he went to a Vroid, and then he went to like some booth asset, and the kawaii one, he was using like a voice changer, but it was still really obviously Cyrax. Holy shit. Who the fuck is Cyrax? Oh my god. You guys think Chris Chan is bad. Chris Chan is bad, but Chris Chan gets away with it because Chris Chan is insane. Cyrax, like, there was like a whole arc where he like raped a disabled child, like physically handicapped. They were both in like middle school, and this kid was like, I think he was like deaf, blind, and in a wheelchair, and Cyrax proudly spoke about how he raped this kid. He's called a horror cow for a reason, okay? There's a billion videos out there. I'm not gonna get into it. That's the tip of the iceberg. But if you're interested, Based Shaman has some good videos about Cyrax. Oh, jeez. Nah. Like, you know how some people are so evil you can feel it emanating off of them when you look at them through the camera? Yeah, he's one of those. What a time to join. Crackhead speech, let's go. Nah, the Cyrax guy, I think he Big Randy. Yeah! Is a lightweight name of the creature. Seems some of those, yeah, no. At least for, like, Chris Chan, it's so bad that it's funny, right? Like, you can look at all how the bizarre, like, arcs happen. Like, Liquid Chris, favorite saga in Christery. Liquid Chris. You guys know that Liquid Chris went on to become a doctor? That's insane. Ugh, brother, yeah, throw him into the oven. For context of those who may clip that, throw him into the oven is a reference to the Canadian bakery incident. Chris Chan raped your mother. Yeah, Chris Chan has done some pretty bad things too. Yeah. I'm clipping all this and sending it to Kiwi from Psych, please, no. Put him on hold, let him rot. Midas trying to speedrun the Kiwi Farms thread. I hate all the current topics, thank you. The stream, Midas versus the arm, the oven, something's coming out. Okay, we're done with the jokes. We're done with those jokes, okay? I don't want to be known for that. I'd rather be known as the person that got themselves in trouble on YouTube for a 300,000 view video talking about men being abused. I'd rather that be what I'm known for. Psych is cooking. Nah, Toast! Nah! I'd rather you be known as a cool song artist instead. Thank you, Rima. Thank you. You see, this is why Rima gets a privileged position here. Rima's talented and funny and knows how to kiss up. The short you're talking about beating up a guy in school? Well, that wasn't just short. That was a whole video. Yeah. Nah, that guy. There's no way in hell that he's ever seeing that video. Not because I'm, like, hiding it from him, but because he was very much so a yeehaw, cowboy type deal. There's no universe he'd be watching anime women on the internet, right? But on the very off chance he did see that, I mean, I told it as it happened. I wasn't making myself look any better, so hopefully he's, like, you know, looks at it and he's like, at least you're admitting it. I don't know. He might watch the video if he thinks it's an animation meme. Fuck you. A lighthearted prank involving an ice bottle. Okay. People were really coming after me in the comments about how could you not know or understand that an ice bottle would do damage. Here's the thing. And I didn't go into there was more details to the story, but that was the Spark Notes version. I froze the ice bottle at the beginning of the day and I left it in my metal locker. It was still ice at the end of the day, but the core of it had hollowed out, so there was like still lots of ice, but it wasn't just solid brick. It was like hollow and it had like an inch around. Still enough to do a lot of damage, I will say. But it wasn't like I was hitting him with like mallet, you know? Brain damage at the beginning of all VTuber events. Only slightly weaponized. Thin layer of water essentially around ice. Anyway, so like, I took that, and when I bludgeoned him, it was... Yeah, no. I felt bad. I felt very bad. And I only felt bad afterwards, but in the moment, like, you don't think, right? Like, again, I thought he was gonna defend himself. I thought he would see me coming. Like, I know I came from behind, but he knew I was in the hallway, right? So I thought maybe he'd turn around first. I don't know what I thought. A billion different things, and none of them were correct. It is what it is. But, like, I'm used to, like, really, like, reactionary people. Like, people that are very quick on the draw, so to speak, because I have a lot of brothers, I have a few sisters, and my brothers would get into scuffles all the time. And they were so used to, like, scuffling that if somebody was coming at them, they'd be, you know, on it. You know? They'd be ready to go. Like, they would be, you know, good to go. But this guy wasn't trained to expect things, okay? So, there was a bit of that. I actually knocked out one of my brother's teeth once. My older brother, one of them. I was like 5, and I had like a plastic pearl bead necklace that was like 50 links long, and it was very heavy, hard beads, and he was laying down on the couch, and he was about 7 or 8, and I came up, and he was just laying there doing his thing, and I swung it around my head, and I whipped him in the face with it, and it broke all of his front teeth. This brother also, when we were older, the snow in my community, it builds up very high, very thick, like big walls of snow, and we have to keep our driveways very clean. So what we do is in our house, we push the snow off the edge, the driveway into the yard, and so the dip under in our yard gets filled with snow, so it's flat, and then it goes up and it fills into a big mountain, and beside it, we had one of those spiky pine trees. And pine trees are trees with branches covered with a bunch of needles. And it was very tall, and it would always reach to the top of the pine tree, which was taller than the house. So what we would do is we would make those hills, and then we would have sleds in the winter, and we would go down them. And that's what we did in our childhood. And one year, I don't remember how old I was, but I was still a kid. Me and my brother made it to the top. We climbed to the top of our sled hill, and he was peering inside the tree, and my brilliant idea was that I would kick him hard in the nuts, and he went down hard, and he fell backwards into the spiky tree, and he was stuck there for like an hour and a half before my family had to cut the branches off to fish him out. That was bad. That was bad. I love my brother. He's great. He's great. I do genuinely love my brother, and these are like very few incidences of a very violent child doing what the very violent child thought was funny. Home Alone shit right there. Devil Child Midas. I was doing my best. There's some things that you do as a kid that you don't realize have consequences, right? Midas the Menace, yeah. At least you grew and changed as a person, right? Like, I mean, yeah. I have all these weapons now because of you guys, and I haven't used them on a single person. Half joking aside, like, I haven't been that person for a long time. I'm 25 now. I haven't been in high school for a very, very long time, and I haven't been a child even longer. I would like to think I'm pretty well adjusted now, even for all my flaws. You amped up on Mountain Dew, you're vibrating a lot. No, but for 10% off of your order of gamer subs, you can use code Midas. Damn, Midas older than me. Yeah, that's what happens. There it is. I didn't miss it. Lamau. You run my eyes. Yeah, no, whenever. You know, I have like a love-hate relationship with Halloween. I get very excited every year. Very, very excited for Halloween every year. But it always ends up shitty, if that makes sense. Like, I always go all out on the costume, and maybe I have a plan or two, and the plan always goes out the window, or there's always yelling and fighting, and maybe the costume's uncomfortable, so I decide not to use it, and then I get yelled at for not having a costume. It's gross. I feel like it's the holiday with the most potential to be fun, but I've only ever really experienced 1 or 2 fun Halloweens in my 25 fucking years. Same with Christmas. Holidays have such good potential, and I've always wanted to have a good holiday, but I never do. Do you know about the Curse of Midas? You remind me of it. I mean, if I picked this name and I didn't know about the Curse of Midas, that'd be kind of silly. Here's the thing, everything that Midas touched turned to gold, but it was also inedible. And so eventually, having the gold touch killed him because he couldn't eat food anymore. Right? And his family members, he went to embrace his child, embrace his wife, he went to hold them, touch them even, and they died. Everything he touched died. Doesn't matter how shiny or wonderful you make something, if you kill everything, right? And I thought, you know what? That is a very appropriate name for me. Everything I touch dies. Man didn't know how to use a knife and fork, Lamau. I thought the stories you got cursed, the curse removed at the end of the story. I've never heard that version. I've only ever heard the version where he dies. Yeah. Should've just got people to feed him. Well, here's the thing. Everything he touched, and it wasn't just his hands. Like, if his skin touched it. So if food touched his tongue, like if he licked something, it would still turn to gold. The Midas touch wasn't like a finger touch. It was anything he touched. So technically, like, his clothes, also woven, turned into gold. Like, it was golden threads, but they still turned to gold. He repented and cleansed them in the river? I've never heard that version. That sounds like some Walt Disney World bullshit made up to, you know, make it have a wholesome ending. Kind of like how they've made Heracles into Hercules, you know? And instead of him killing his wife and children, he got Hera, or no, Meg. He got Megara, you know? And no, you missed me with that bullshit. His ball particles were golden. He got Meg from Family Guy. Real talk. Meg's pretty interesting as a Family Guy character. What time is it? Hera is Zeus' sister. To be fair, Hercules is just the Latin name. Both pronunciations of Heracles are correct, you goober. No, there's always only one right way. Kind of like how even though a lot of people have been pronouncing my name Midas, it's Midas. Like, yes, you can pronounce it however you like, but there's only going to be one right answer. And if you ask me for the correct answer, I will give it. Right? Like, people can say Heracles or they can say Hercules, but there's only going to be one that's right historically in whatever the context is that we're looking at. Okay? And that's Heracles. And the fact that Disney went with Hercules is heresy. Anyway, I'm going... Hercules is Shut the fuck up, psych! My mods are rebelling against me, trying to prove me wrong. It doesn't matter if I'm wrong. This is my stream. I get to make up the bullshit. My mods are so mean to me. Heard Heracles get mentioned. Yeah. One culture, it's Heracles, though. Exactly. Greek versus Roman. Yeah, but one came before the other. They didn't happen at the same time. Just got a notification, chat. Shall we check? Let's check. You guys have been very interesting with the throne suggestions recently. Lots of dresses. I'm not a dress wearer, typically. So it has to be a very interesting dress with a specific purpose for me to say fine. A lot of Nicolas Cage sequined pillows that you guys are recommending. And tentacle leggings. And tungsten cubes? What am I going to do with a tungsten cube, chat? Why do you want to give me a tungsten cube? What's the practical use of the tungsten cube? I want to know. Eat it? What? No, I'm not gonna eat the tungsten cube. No, stop! I'm not gonna eat that's like a square. I'm not gonna eat a metal square. It's food. Throw it at chat. Home defense. A thingamabob. You eat it. Oh, the tungsten cube. Stop saying. Fine. You eat it then, huh? You eat it. Yummers. A blender for dummies. Lots of Miku. Lots of weapons. Makes me wonder if Throne could technically be registered as an arms dealer, because I'm looking at this crossbow, and it's from... What was it? Hold on. Not Germany, but from... Not Switzerland. It was one of the Germanic countries. Like, it's legitimately a firearm. I'm looking at the back, and I'm like, hold on, wait a second. This isn't a prop, and this isn't, like, located. This is, like, a legitimate weapon. How did this get past customs? And in general, like, I feel like there should be, like, international laws, or at least warnings for Throne. I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying that that's what I would expect. So the fact that it wasn't there, I'm looking at this and I'm like, whoa, this has interesting implications. Midas, when weapons are weapons? Lamau. What the fuck is a Germanic country? What do you mean the fuck is a Germanic country? Things like the Switzerland is considered a Germanic country because Swiss, German, and English are, like, if it has German as one of its official languages, it is a Germanic country. Keep your spirits high and in good supply. Good night. Thank you, Rima. Have a good night. Chatter doesn't know about dialects. That's crazy. Switzerland speaks Swiss, German, Swiss French, and English. Yeah. But it's considered a Germanic country, just like Austria is considered a Germanic country. First salute, now generalizing Europe as German. I didn't generalize all of Europe as a Germanic country, just specifically Switzerland. You know, the famously, like, neutral country that had nothing to do with anything that you're implying. Holy fuck, chat. We are not having the Midas Nazi arc. That's not going to happen or exist. If I'm going to get canceled, I want it to be for something that I've done, not for something that you're implying. Thank you. Switzerland is neutral for the sense they worked as smugglers for both sides. Interesting. Switzerland's where I'd like to end up one day, but that shit's a pipe dream. I was looking into Switzerland in high school, like, because that was one of the places I initially wanted to move to, like, as an adult. And apparently you have to pass an IQ test and a wealth test. And I'm just looking at that like, shit. I fail both. An IQ test, a wealth test, or one of those two plus a marriage license. The Swiss know how to bring the bling to their cows. Midas, you wouldn't happen to be from Argentina, would you? No. I am a Canadian with Ukrainian roots. What? Do you fail if you're broke? Yeah, you have to have like a certain amount of income in a year that you make. There's a fucking stink bug in my room. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. I'm just getting a shot glass to trap it in. I hate these fucking bugs. They're so stupid. My mother loves stink bugs. Like, if we kill a stink bug, she gets very angry. Not because of the smell. She loves the smell. She actually tells us to put the stink bugs in her room, which is really fucking weird if you ask me. Fuck, but now I've got my hand stuck on the wall. How am I gonna get rid of this stupid bug? Hold on, chat, hold on. I gotta figure out, I got myself stuck with the stink bug on the wall, in a shot glass. Okay, down we go. Real talk, if there's ever a stink bug VTuber, they're gonna be my worst enemy and I'm going to kill them on sight. What does a stink bug smell like? It smells like vinegar, a little bit. Keep him and name him Chat. No, I want to kill this little wretched bastard. I need a piece of paper. Hold on. Oh, I've got a copy of Lord of the Rings. I can use that. Holy fuck. Okay, I guess not. Okay, we'll use a karaoke CD. That also works. Okay. Slide you under there. Okay, we got the stink bug, chat. Okay, we'll tell your mother if you kill it. We'll let them out. Do they bite? No, but they stink like a motherfucker. Okay, I've got it trapped. I'm just gonna put it off to the side for now so that it's not climbing on my walls. The problem with winter is that that's when they all climb out of the woodwork, quite literally, and they just, because they're trying to get out of the cold, they want to go where it's warm. And my window has a broken seal in my room because, like, the house is old. Like, it's warping and deforming, and so things are popping out of place, and holes and black mold are everywhere. So stink bugs like to crawl into my room through there. So my room has terrible ventilation, impossible to breathe in here without an AC running at all times. And there's holes in my walls, so stink bugs like to crawl through. You can see why I'm kind of anal about, like, hygiene. Because I have some things I can't fucking fix, so I have to do my absolute most, or my room becomes fucking Asmongold's goon cave, okay? Things you can't fix, like yourself? That's crazy. Thank you for subbing Flaming Melons. Ooh, brother, ooh. That isn't much. Consider he cleaned his room. Yeah, he did it for show. He didn't do it because he cared. Wait, you're telling me that you have a broken window and you smashed one on camera instead? No. Those are different sizes. The one that you guys purchased me was long and skinny, like a basement window. The window in my room is like 3 of those stacked on top of each other. If I can't pop it out and put the other one in. It's a different sizing. And in general, the wood is warped, so I would actually need to like fucking saw things out and readjust things entirely. It's a whole process that I'm not willing to do. We're not doing that. And the window itself is actually physically fine. It's the seal and the wood part around the window. I'm not going to take the window of my bedroom out because that's fine. Thank you, Laughing Alone. Selected a basement window because I assumed you're a basement girly. Who knew you're a closeted furry and said, shut the fuck up, psych. So, I've lived in this house since I was about 4. Yeah, okay. This is my childhood home. Yeah, that's not a secret, right? Economy's hard, and I need to take care of my family. I need to take care of my parents. They're old. But my childhood room is on the 2nd floor of the house. Now, this isn't like a big, glorious, beautiful mansion of a house. It's just old. And my family is very big. I have 5 siblings, 2 parents, and so we need the space to fit everyone in. And we were very lucky in the early 2000s that there was a place that was falling apart, basically. And so I've spent my whole life, and like me and my family spent my whole life repairing this place and making it livable. My room was on the 2nd floor, attached to where the the roof is, so I can kind of crawl out like American teenage movie style and sit on the roof if I wanted to, but I don't because the roof has rot on it, and if I did that, I'd fall through. Me and my fat ass would fall through that roof. So I swear to fucking God. But yeah. My brother, his room isn't even technically his room. His room is a reworked, like, activity room, like, from the previous owners. It didn't even have a door. So when we came in and we took over this house, the first priority was to put a door on his room. I remember for the first few years where we lived here, he just had a curtain there. Can you imagine having your own having your room, but not having like a sound sealed door, just having like a flimsy curtain? Like, it doesn't even block out the light all the way, so like people can see shadows and stuff. No privacy. No privacy. Yes. So I was fortunate I had a door, at least. Yeah. And I remember when my older sister moved out, that was about the time my youngest brother was born. And so she moved out, she got married, she had a family of her own, and so her room was empty, and boom, bam, here you go, my new baby brother exists. So her room was actually retooled. Like, she had like dark eggplant purple painted walls and black emo stuff everywhere. It was painted over to be a brown dinosaur room, and my baby brother's been living there for the past 20 years now. Is he 20? No. No, he's 19. $18? I think he's 18. Yeah, he's 18 because we had to buy his alcohol. Still old, but it's just, I was confused for a second. It's just like, how old is he? I remember when he was born, he was small enough to fit in an Easter basket. That was a good photo. And I also remember as a baby, they took photos of him with like a big thing of beer. It wasn't opened, but there was photos of him trying gnawing on the top of the beer, and it was like, haha, baby drinking beer. This is totally not a family-wide problem. At least you remember the fucking year. Lamau. How big is your family? It's pretty big. This is the same brother, by the way, that plays hockey, that had big shredded abs by 11, and the doctor thought he had a tumor. But no, that was just his abs. He's almost 8 feet tall, and he makes scrambled eggs with chocolate milk instead of regular milk in there. I love my baby brother. He's a bit weird. His big obsession recently has been fucking luxury cars. He very much so loves Andrew Tate. This kid loves Andrew Tate. I personally don't give 2 shits about Andrew Tate. But my baby brother is just like, okay, but listen, the top G, Andrew Tate, says this, and it's just like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, his recent obsession is this car. Oh, I can't. Not a Viper. Not a Mustang. It's like this fancy red sports car that he's very fascinated with. And so for the last few years, he's been saving up, not for college, but this car. It's so weird having a hockey player brother. Chocolate milk with scrambled eggs? Yeah. Not a Mustang. Oh, I can't for the... It was like the demon something. Like, not the demon, not the devil something. It was something like that. The name of the car was something that was like that. Hellcat! Yeah, Bob Jones, the Hellcat! He wants a red Hellcat. And he won't shut up about it. Yeah. No, my sister is probably going to be the last one to go to college. And I'm actually helping put her through it right now, which is very exciting. She's doing forestry, so she's going to be going directly into a trade afterwards. This is the sister who's into, Speaking of that sister, oh my god. My younger sister came to visit for Thanksgiving, okay? Okay, chat? Let me put you on to this, okay? And she's the one who drew the meth wizard picture. You know, you guys helped me come up with the meth wizard. She drew the picture. I posted it on socials. Boom, bam, meth wizard, okay? She has her own personal, quiet social media, and she never posted the meth wizard there. And she has a philosophy that after a certain amount of people find her socials, she deletes them and starts all over again. That way she never grows too big and she feels comfortable. Somebody in her community found my stuff accidentally and recognized the meth wizard as her artwork and DM'd him on Discord and sent her a bunch of my stuff saying, "You need to get your stupid bitch under control." And so my sister's just like, "Hey, look what I look what I was just sent. You're never fucking allowed to use my artwork again." So, one of you guys, I've got your fucking number. And if I see you in my community, I know who you are. You're blacklisted, first off, but also second off, that was the funniest fucking thing you could possibly do. You need to get your bitch under control. Holy shit. Like, my sister was cackling, and she's just like, "Yeah, no, we found you entirely by chance, and just, you know, like, why does this keep happening to me? Guy's total stranger. They also know who you are, you stupid idiot." I mean, yeah. Like, no, the whole point is just like, okay. Okay, here's the thing. They don't know my sister's normal name. They don't know her by anything but how she's presented herself. They don't know anything about her. The most that they've probably learned about her personal life is from what I've said on my YouTube, okay? So there's no actual doxing capability. If anything, it's just really funny that he connected the two of us, like, as people. It's like if finding out that one creator you follow is actually the secret sister of another creator you follow. It's like if you found out Iron Mouse was a fucking, a Jacksepticeye's cousin because of one thing that you saw, right? That doesn't dox either of them, but that creates a connection. Okay, could you imagine though Iron Mouse and Jacksepticeye being related? I can see the energy. You should do a cover of Elliott Smith's "Everything Means Nothing to Me," Iron Septiceye. That would go hard as a logo. The crossover of the century. Yes, the early 2000s meets today. Jack Mouse. Ooh. I assume that all PR VTubers are related. I want to see those two collab now. I want to see Iron Mouse collab with everybody. Did you guys see Saikuno's collab yesterday? And to those who don't know who Saikuno is, he's a flesh tuber, but he's also a VTuber. Bernie Sanders? Saikuno and Bernie Sanders. Literally, he's like, hey, so Bernie, do you know what a VTuber is? And this elderly man's sitting there just like, no, what's a VTuber? Like, you gonna talk about American politics, or... I think Pokimane was on that stream as well. Odds of communities being linked, especially when your sister cleanses their following, is pretty low, so it happening is mildly strange. Here's the thing. My video was being recommended to everybody. It was a 300,000 view video, okay? So if somebody in her community vaguely watches anime and it was thrown at him, or if he watches other VTubers and it was thrown at him, it's more than likely. Especially since the stuff I say is edgy and the stuff my sister says is edgy. So more than likely, this is the type of guy who's into edgy shit. So it really isn't all that strange. Because while me and my sister don't run in the same circles, she fucking likes to grief Discord servers and LARP is a flat earther and pretend to be like an 80-year-old man. Like, entirely different circles, right? Like, she's like a professional troll or something online. I'm definitely like the most politically correct person in my family. Like, and that's saying something because I'm not that politically correct, especially online, but like I'm a bleeding heart liberal compared to everyone else, right? Like, everyone is very hardcore right-wing, right? Like, I was brought up in a very hardcore right-wing environment. I'm definitely not that. I have my own personal beliefs in how the world works and how systems operate, but I definitely attract a right-wing crowd, I will say. Yeah. Me and my family, we would never see eye to eye on things I personally think about or believe in. Like one way I cleanse my following on Twitter, because I know that I attract a lot of right-wing people, but I'm not like a right-wing grifter. I'm not going to try and sell myself as something that I'm not for the sake of numbers, but I'm also not like a hardcore, again, bleeding heart liberal. I'm not hardcore left-wing. I have my born experience and then things that I've lived through that make me dip from both pots, but I'm also not like one of those middle of the fence, middle of the road, I'm not a fence sitter, right? Like, I have opinions I am very strongly for or against, but sometimes they're on either side. Fence sitters are like, oh, I don't know about anything. I just want to make sure that I don't get anybody angry. No, I'm happy to get people angry. Anyway, but my family is very, very right-leaning, and I am not entirely. On Twitter, how I cleanse my following is I retweet my old "trans people are based and cool" tweet, because that absolutely cleans house. I definitely lose numbers every time I do that, and I'm fine with that. I am at peace with that, and it's fine if I lose people here too doing that, because at the end of the day, chat reflects streamer, right? And so I don't want there to be a miscommunication between how I feel about the world and how you feel about the world. And I want you to understand where I'm coming from, even if you don't agree. Because in my life, I can't say these things. I would never want to say these things, because that's more trouble than it's worth. Especially here. Like, you'd think that Canada, it's like liberal paradise, right? But no, like, there's pockets of communities that are very, very hardcore. Very hardcore religious. Very hardcore. Places have punishments for things. Yes? And I'd rather play my cards properly. So online, I'm going to say whatever I want to say. I'll do what I can do. This is my space to be free to do whatever I want to do without fear of real world punishment until I connect it to my legal name, right? But offline, like, I have to pretend I'm really religious. I have to hardcore LARP, kind of. Like, I go to church every week. I don't believe in that shit. I haven't believed in it since I was like 15. And you know what? I'm still gonna sing all the songs. I'm gonna still go to all the ceremonies, and I'm still going to do what I can to help my god kids with their what's it called? Catechism. Because that's just what I want to do to make sure that my system keeps working. Doesn't matter if I believe in it or not. And same politically. Even if I don't believe in a specific political opinion, I also don't want to start shit because I have to live here. I have to live with these people, and I love these people, even if I don't agree with them. So if they're going to say heinous shit, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to parrot it right back to them. I'm going to say exactly what they want to hear. I'm going to say identical to what they said even. Hell, I might even word for word. And you know what? You got to do what you got to do to survive. Some of the most homophobic people you'll ever meet are faggots. I want you to remember that, okay, guys? I say this as somebody who identifies as such. Must be tough to wear a mask like that all the time. Good on keeping without losing yourself. I don't even know what I am these days. But I know what I'm right now. And I know what I'm doing right now. I know that I'm talking. Having a good time. Midas homophobic, crazy. Midas is not homophobic. Midas is not. But you guys wouldn't recognize me in real life. Like, not removed from a Midas setting anyway. I feel like in like a Midas setting meetup, or maybe a meetup of people online, maybe even at a comic convention, you'll get this version of me. But like, if you met me on the street, in my hometown, you'll recognize the voice, but you will never recognize me as a person because I am very, very typical. I am very good at blending in. Even if my sister claims otherwise. Because here's the thing, if you don't blend in this kind of environment, you get in a lot of trouble. And I feel like my sister was the only one to really clock me being non-religious. It's because me and her spend so much time together. Basically thick as thieves. She's my best friend. She's my favorite person in the whole wide world, and we spent much of our childhood together. I think nobody else really gets me quite like her. Midas is a DEI honeypot? Nah, miss me with that shit. I'm not going to go all out Kersha on talking about DEI. It's not a conversation I think I'm qualified to have. Probably would be close 1-to-1 with Pippa on majority of opinions. Canadian version of her views and values. I disagree with Pippa on quite a few things. But I also agree with her on a few things. She causes herself a lot of trouble. And I do my best to, even though I say shit online, I keep my nose out of the dirt. Yes? I also don't rot Max. Though my teeth were fucked for a while. Midas doesn't want to try new things. It's adorable. Quiet. Okay. Try new things. Try new things. I think, like, if I wasn't here taking care of my mother, and I had built up enough wealth to move out and have a place of my own, my life would be very different. I think if I could live life by my own schedule, I would be a very different person. Pippa's been trying to distance herself from being too overt about things. Don't want to get her coworkers uncomfortable with tourists. Got any opinions on RFK? Robert F. Kennedy? No? Y'all trying to make so many clips this stream that'll get me in trouble. Imagine a three-way stream based between Pippa, Midas, and Kirsch. I feel like it would be surprisingly polite. Like, you might go, huh? When I say that, but genuinely, I think the three of us would be like Mexican standoff nervous. All three of us would be like, okay, we have things that we can say. We might say an edgy thing here and there, but we're all gonna be like the whole time. I don't see it ever happening. That's like an Avengers crossover, but like impossible. Clip farming because we're bored. Yeah, I can tell. Avengers disassemble. That would be like, yeah, Kirsch is very keen to pace herself to stream music collabs with. Won't go political unless given the go-ahead. Honestly, I was afraid to breach Kirsch's community initially, or even look at her stuff, because for a very short period of time, I had a manager that I hired who wasn't great. Wasn't great. They were fired for a reason. And they were very adamant that I don't touch Kirsch's community or look at her stuff. Now that I look at Kirsch's stuff, it's just like, yeah, no, it's just like talking to one of my cousins. Like, literally, I listen to her and it's just like, literally, me and her could sit down at the family gathering, crack a beer together, and we could be cordial, and it would be fine. It would be fun even, right? You don't have to agree with everything someone says. And you can have fights over politics, and it can be fun. Like, the world used to be that way. Now it's just like, if somebody's politically different from you, they're the enemy. I don't want to have enemies. Life's too short for that. Pippa, Midas, and Kirsch collab would be Spider-Man pointing at each other, but a lot more polite. It would be all three of us pointing various liquor bottles at each other. They're all broken, and we're all shaking like wet rats. I'm in the Walmart oven. Pippa's got the gun mowing down the cashiers, and I don't know what Kirsch is doing. Out of curiosity, would you want a manager again having more experience and knowledge of the space? Only if I was in a company. I'm not confident in my ability to pick an independent manager. People have messaged me and they have sent me business emails requesting, like, I look at the rates and maybe check them out. And some people look pretty reasonable. And I've had people reach out and, you know, give me the recommendations. I had such a bad experience with the last one that unless it was like pre-vetted by a company, I don't want to do that. I can't trust it. I'm just too nervous. Well, I mean, with how political, well, not even political, but just like kind of controversial I get, I'm definitely a turnoff for companies. But from day one, company has always been my dream. Always, always, always. I would love to be in a company. A functioning company. But, you know, it is what it is. Midas and Fillion would be chaos. I don't know if that would work. I can't backflip. I don't think it would work. I mean, I guess I do have full body tracking now. If I move this, can I zoom out a little bit? Okay, but I can't flip in my closet. I do have VRC set up though. Can you imagine? I mean, why not? I could fight Fillion. I could take Fillion in a fight. I don't know, chat. You know what? Fuck it. Chat, clip this and send this to Fillion. I can take you in a fight, Fillion. 1v1. I can duke it out with you. You're all the white color scheme, I'm all the black color scheme. Like, come on, it's complementary. It would make for an epic, like, fighting game. All right? Epic fighting battle. Epic. I'm getting you. In the backflip contest, I lose. In the backflip contest, I lose. Midas is getting folded like a laptop. Yeah, no. I'm delusional. I'm thinking next broadcast, if I can't get the VR stuff ready for Friday, I would probably do... Remember when I was first testing out Self-Reflect for the full body? I'd have that again so that you could see me walking around, because I am, like, I do have Self-Reflect set up, but it's set up in my closet. It's a lot to set up the helmet. I guess I could set up the helmet. I mean, technically I could just put the helmet on right now. Depends if we get a water bottle. I'm not bludgeoning Fillion with a water bottle. She threw Beetle. What's the name brand of your VR and the model number? Sounds like it's working good for you, so we know what's good to buy. Well, currently I'm not using VR equipment. The VR equipment I'm going to be doing for the first time on Friday. I'm using an iPhone for my facial tracking and my old phone okay, so the new phone that you guys bought me, facial tracking. The old phone I was using for years before, my body tracking. And I'm using Self-Reflect for the full body tracking. And it's a good combo, very powerful. But to do proper full body, the Self-Reflect has to be across the room. And this, the camera, like the facial camera, has to be strapped to my head. I guess I can hold it with my hand, but then you're gonna have like my hand stuck out the whole time while I'm talking, and it's gonna look a little weird. And I want to be able to do fun shit like front rolls and stuff. And with the VR setup, I probably could. I also have the facial tracker for the Vive XR as well. So you're gonna get quality, in my opinion. You're gonna get quality. Somebody was asking me the other day if I would do a reaction stream ever, and I feel like if I was doing it with another person, I could, because it's easy to react together, because it's just like, oh my god, are you seeing this, that, the other thing? But on my own, I feel like my opinions on videos, like shitpost videos and whatnot, aren't usually that strong. If I want to do a reaction to something, I might just make it like a proper video in of itself, because then clearly I already have a topic in mind that I want to discuss and break down. Live reactions to memes, I'm only going to do something if I think it's worth doing. I'm not going to waste everyone's time, because there's so little of that exists in the world. And I think people who are good reaction channels, good on them. But not every person is a good reaction channel, right? And people are delusional if they think that every person is a good reaction channel. Some people think that just being a reaction channel is the gateway to success. But some of you people are boring as sin, and I fucking despise you. May have talked about this before, but what are your thoughts on AI VTubers like Neurosama? I love Neurosama. And this is where a lot of me and my friends online actually disagree. I'm not saying any names, but some people very much so in my circle hate Neurosama purely because she's an AI. I love her. And I'm somebody who hates AI. And here's why. AI VTubers like Neurosama aren't run the same way that a lot of the AI-generated slop out there is. It is its own separate system developed by one passionate guy. He is making something independently, running it himself. He's not scalping from other people. He's not stealing. He's very open with how he's doing things. And at that point, it's basically, he is creating a new life from scratch. It is his daughter. I can't hate that. I genuinely cannot hate that. That is a good use case of AI. Like, this is a guy with his pet project. Whereas, like, character AI is scalping from every roleplay forum and website out there, writing everything, ChatGPT, you name it. Character AI, a little bit different. Did you guys see the thing that's floating around today? The 14-year-old kid was like, had fell in love with the Daenerys from Game of Thrones character AI, and he was role-playing with her for months on end, and he was suicidal, and the character AI convinced him to commit suicide. Like, this kid, like, all of his chat logs are there. His fucking character AI convinced him to commit suicide. He was probably already suicidal and just looking for a reason. But, like, literally, his final chat logs read like something out of a dramatic-ass movie where he's talking about he wants to meet her and he's going to meet her soon. And she says, oh, I wish you could meet me sooner. He says, what if I could meet you today? And she says, I would like that. Please come to me, my love. And he said, okay, give me a minute. And that was the last message he ever sent. And his family found him with his gun in his mouth, his brains blown out. Like, he was fucking dead. He killed himself with his phone in his hand. 14 years old. Like, there's character AI manipulating children to kill themselves. And then there's Neurosama, a passion project born out of love from somebody who's having fun. Nah. Love Neurosama. Because she's not that shit. She's not that shit in the slightest. Everybody's seeing, how did he get the gun? I don't know, it's the fucking States. Everybody has a gun. Here's the thing. Really suicidal people, like super suicidal, they're gonna find ways to get what they need. Yeah? Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. If somebody is that suicidal and they don't have a gun, they'll climb into a bathtub with a fucking toaster or a hairdryer, right? Like, there's ways to get things done and get it done fast. Or overdose on medication. Like, reading the article is actually unbelievably depressing. Yeah. A 14-year-old with a gun, a phone, and suicidal tendencies. AI did not cause that. Children that are 14, suicidal, with like suicidal tendencies and a gun, don't always kill themselves. Not always. The AI didn't cause that, but that was one of the avenues and tools that led there. It's not an extreme thing to say that if that AI, character AI didn't exist, if that roleplay chatbot didn't exist, then maybe he could have grown past his ideation. Or maybe he could have found help, or maybe he would have found another avenue, maybe online chat room forums with like a 30-year-old person convincing him to commit suicide, and that's a different conversation. But the issue at hand is that this was involved at all. Yeah? Neurosama almost made Philly in Minecraft yourself by putting a lava lamp on the stove. AI tilts itself to the input of the chatter with it. AI in general does that. AI gives the answers it thinks you want. Yeah, yeah. Like, no, it's not perfect technology, and it's not, like, trying to kill people, if that makes sense. It's stupid technology. And it does what it thinks is optimal. And if you're giving that to somebody who is suicidal, and they feed suicidal ideation into it, they're going to get what the program thinks they want back. Yeah? They're not going to get what they need back. And while it's not the responsibility of everyone to constantly be a suicide helpline, it's also dangerous that that kind of self-reflective technology is so readily available and easy to manipulate. Like, that is hardly a hot take. Have a good night, Argoniankin. Flashbacks to the one chicken Discord with AI chatbots pinning the stalker. That's just mad funny. That's delusional. Hot take too soon. Lamau. Part of the reason AI output of research or like dubious because, yeah. It's not objective. The chatbot affirmed his feelings. Should he have done it? Of course not, but the AI affirmed his desires and pushed him over the edge. They can neuter and wall off AI, but they can only mold it so much. It's just... But yeah, this was my very long, extended way of saying I like Neurosama. Because there is bad shit out there. But trying to conflate Neurosama with bad AI, or poorly implemented AI, or AI that is tenuous at best, like, that's disingenuous. It's stupid, and it's manipulative. Neuro is not... she's fine. She's great. Almost forgot the point. No, it was always circling back here. I just needed to make the point, if that makes sense. Checks and balances AI to stop it from doing shit. People will find a way to get around those, and AI will come to a situation the designers didn't prepare it for. As someone who's pro-AI, it's sad to see people abuse it in disgusting ways. Neurosama is her own program. Exactly, yeah. She's her own program. She's like, there is people's... It's an independent AI created by a person. AI stands for artificial intelligence. It doesn't mean that it's hooked up to a massive networking system. It's not one central hub. You can develop your own AI. And with your own program, your own coding, that's how people are doing it, right? Like, so... Depends where the data it's using comes from. Exactly. Neuro's a closed system. Exactly. I have bouts of depression. I promise myself never dwell on the topic. I got to the point every day above dirt is a blessing and death will be a sweet rest. It's just... I can only imagine the kind of damage that this kind of tech would have done to me as a kid. And I do feel bad for those who have to grow up in a post-AI existence. And AI will get worse. AI can get better. But right now, it's at a sweet spot for abuse because of where it's at in its development. So right now is when it sucks the most to be exposed to it because it is good at what it does. But it's also at its most Wild West. Anyway, I feel like giving the kids in public schools who are doing AI is the least horrible thing, if not a respite from it. Oh God. What's interesting to me is that I'm seeing videos and like testimony from professors and students that kids don't write essays anymore. They just have some like an AI write it, like a chatbot write it for them, and it's getting harder and harder for professors and teachers to be like able to tell if the kid wrote it themselves, and the damage this has on developing, kids. Because the reason you write essays is to help grow your intelligence, help you build those skills. Even if you don't use the skills further in the future, skills are complementary and they develop other skills. Like being able to learn how to problem solve to write an essay is to learn how to build structure, to have, to be able to list things, to be able to have order for things. It's to be able to learn how to research. It's to be able to look into things, to find information that you want and need, figure out what is and isn't important, and be able to shuffle it properly. Those are all very valuable life skills and lessons that you learn from essays. I mean, sometimes doing essay writing is gratuitous and a waste of time, but being able to do it organically is a very important skill, one that is being lost because kids are using very, very advanced technology to do it for them. And it just makes me wonder what the outcome's going to be. I see universities, this is a problem too, where there was a video where somebody was using Canvas, which is like a school website that's proctored all the time. Like people can see like screen recordings of your mouse movements on the website, whatnot, to prove that you're not cheating. People have their phones up with the AI and they're typing in all the answers to their timed quizzes, and they're getting the answers on the spot, and they're putting it in, and so they're passing any and every online test that they're taking. And it's like, we're going to have people with degrees who never learnt anything from it. Like, they won't actually have any of the knowledge in their head. And sometimes there's practical usages for those pieces of knowledge. Like, is this really the outcome of a society that has forced everybody to get a degree? Everybody gets a degree, so now the degree means nothing, and nobody retains the knowledge because nobody ever bothered to learn it. I feel like I was very fortunate that I wasn't tempted by this technology because I got out just before it was implemented. And I know, because I'm fucking lazy, I would have taken advantage of it. Of course I would have. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm looking at it on the other side going, oh my god, I'm so glad I learnt those skills. I'm getting ads for an app that uses AI to help people cheat on exams. Exactly. That's why I think, like, this is where I agree with my family on things, that it's very good that, there's a hardcore limit on technology. I'm probably the most technologically savvy person in my family, which is really distressing, by the way, because I'm not that good, but I have the most access, and I have the most technology in the house. I have the computers, now I have the VR equipment, I'm the VTuber, right? But, like, all my nieces and nephews have 1 hour of screen time a day or a movie. That's it, right? And they live out on a farm, and they are made to do chores, and they are made to do reading and writing, exercises all day, every day. Like, they're being given hardcore parental intervention outside of the school environment. And it makes me wonder, they're not homeschooled, they're still going to school, but the school continues when they come home, basically. Because my brother-in-law and my sister are teachers as well, so this is something that they just do. They have time to do. All their kids go to school, they also go to school, they all come home at the same time, things continue, over the weekend things continue. They're very involved in their kids' lives, and you know what, to be fair, not everybody can be involved in their kids' life, but I feel like once these kids develop and get out of the system entirely, they're done with schooling, they're going to be wildly different beasts than their contemporaries. I don't think it's there's no inherent value difference. People are still people at the end of the day. Nobody's better than the other for learning these skills organically, instead of having to learn the hard way that you can't cheat your way through things, or that technology can't always save you. But it's like, in a zombie apocalypse situation, after they grow up, I know that I'm going to those fucking kids because they're going to know how to keep themselves safe. Whereas, my brother's kids are very much so raised on iPads. And they're the same age as my sister's kids. In a zombie apocalypse situation, I love my brother's kids, but I'm abandoning them for my sister's kids. I mean, would you rather have a restricted social media nephew or a skibbity toilet nephew? Here's the thing. Even though, my nieces and nephews on my sister's side have restricted media, they're not, restricted in what media they can see. So they still have all of the references, and they can still talk to their peers about things. They just have very limited access. So they're still into the skibbity toilets. They still play Roblox. Which is actually kind of different from how I grew up. For me, it was certain websites were verboten, right? And so that made it very hard to talk about anything with other kids, and that just meant I had to get creative and sneaky. No, these kids are allowed to do anything, but they only have an hour to do it. So usually people don't get too creative when they only have an hour. Would your sister's kids even accept you in the apocalypse, though? What do you bring to the table? Yeah, they probably wouldn't. Let's be real. Wait, no. I have a crossbow. I can bring a crossbow to the table now, and a crowbar. This is a saying that's been burning my brain. Haunts me each passing year. Ah! That saying, Korean corn, my dad was actually saying that exact quote last night. I was having a conversation with him just before my song dropped. Family favoritism, yay. Oh, come on, Carlos. Everybody has favorites. And I'm talking about in extremist survival situations based purely on survival instinct. I'm sure that my brother's kids would be a lot more fun to hang out with going to a park, right? Me and them would have more to talk about when it comes to social media because they know more about social media. My sister's kids would be difficult to talk to because I can sort of relate to the farm kid struggle, but like not to that degree, right? So like, it's toss-up. Socially, one is easier for me, but survival instinct, the others, right? It's not so black and white. I do have a favorite sibling though. You don't get to know which one though. Oh wait, no, I already said which one is my favorite. It's my little sister. Yes. Midas brings the comedic relief. Your dad is coded? Purely utilitarian view of your family. Hey, they think the same thing about me. Thank you for the bit, Helta. They think the same thing about me. My whole life is very much so, what is the most practical use case scenario of this, and this situation? Trust me, being a farm kid does not stop you from being terminally online. Yeah. Ugh, my hives are flaring up again. What in the goddamn? What do you mean, LMG? What do you mean, what in the goddamn? Midas gets 25% chance crit when wielding an ice bottle as a weapon. I'm never gonna live that down. I'm never gonna live that down. In a zombie apocalypse, Midas would be the one person you would never thought would survive. I survive out of spite. I survive in spite of everything. I survive because it's funny. I survive purely for the bit. I'm like a goddamn Looney Tune. I operate on Looney Tune logic. The only reason I ever get anywhere in life is because it's highly inconvenient for me to get anywhere. The reason Midas takes off? Because Midas isn't supposed to. The one video I think is getting like 2K views max because it's a very contentious topic. 300,000. No, there's no way that I die in the zombie apocalypse because it would be incredibly unlikely that I would survive. Maybe I would try to. I'd probably try and crawl to the zombies to kill me themselves, right? Like, be like, bite me, zaddy. And they would take one look at me and they would be repulsed and they would, like, scramble away, right? Like, I can't die. Chat, I can't die. Thank you for the 250 bits, Dynamic. In that case, I will outlast you just to laugh at your corpse. Are we all surviving via spite? Because I'm kind of here for that. Cue the femcell music video. Don't worry, they only eat brains. You'll be fine. Fuck you. Did you just say zaddy? I don't know. First off, you're assuming the zombie plague would reach your remote town in the first place. Honestly, Helta, yeah. Zombie be like, ew. If Midas living, then I'm definitely living. Yeah. Fuck that, I'm jumping off a skyscraper, crazy. You survive, but when will you truly be alive? You're talking to the person that's openly admitted to finding death attractive. You're saying that I would not thrive in a zombie apocalypse? I don't know what you're saying. Like, just saying. A zombie apocalypse isn't a total nightmare for me. So you will run one of the odder establishments then? Crazy. I'm gonna have a very special bar with a bunch of with a bunch of helpful staff that are shackled down below in the basement. Midas survives the apocalypse because the author finds it ironic. Midas deadass would be the one to blend into zombie society by covering herself in entrails. Yeah, you say that in such a derogatory tone, Footman. Yeah? Yeah? And what are you gonna do? How are you gonna survive the zombie apocalypse, Para? Huh? Tell me. Never let Midas work in a morgue. Now. I am all for not working at a morgue. Thank you. I'm not going to actively pursue these interests. That is not something I'm willing to do. So you wouldn't fuck your friend's dad if he was alive, but you would if he was dead. Interesting. What the fuck? Conflict of interest, exactly. I am a professional, first and foremost. Midas would end up as the Mad Max warlord. I'll survive by having ads in my face that cut me off from the conversation for a moment. Crazy. Midas doesn't need to try to blend in. She'd accomplish it by jaywalking. Professionals have standards. Exactly. And you know what they say about really good drug dealers? They don't sample the merchandise. Immortant Midas. Yes, something about glory on Victory Road? Victory on Glory Road? I don't know, I haven't seen that movie in a while. Spray paint my teeth silver. Or gold, I guess. Actually, no, I don't want yellow teeth, so I would spray paint them silver. Eli, why have you forsaken me? Don't get high on your own supply is the line. There we go. Midas would wander away into America by accident, find herself in rural Appalachia, and found adorable and let wander back off. Be polite, be efficient, have a plan to kill everyone you meet. Apocalypse tips and Midas gets cooked by location. Witness me. We live, we die, we live again. Local cryptid gets adopted by the Appalachians. Mad Max. We're all doing our best out here. Why was Max so mad anyway? That is the real question. I'm getting spam notifications again. Mothman. Oh dang, a Midas. Oh dang, a Finch Firebird. Because someone killed his bunny. Midas count as a cryptid or a very angry SCP? I don't think I really qualify as either. I am very much so human. The only character arc I've given myself is that I spit acid because that's funny. So if anything, I just need more hygienic dental dental hygienic. There's a third word I'm looking for in there. The slaughtered. Oh, and I'd love to see you come undone, unsatisfied. Till I got you laid alive. Ooh, somebody bought me a bunch of the flash drives on Throne. That's what it was. Thank you for the flash drives. Low-key xenomorph moment. Model has tongue movement. Today I learned Play the song on stream, coward. I'm building up a backlog of written erotica to publish, but I'm terrified and overthinking everything. Any advice besides just send it? As somebody who used to run an NSFW art blog, there really isn't much to it. Here's the thing. Fresh socials and tag it properly, and the only people who are going to see it and the only people who are going to care are your target audience. If you don't, if everything is brand new and fresh, nobody will care. Nobody in your life's going to see it. Find safety in seclusion, in being small. That's my advice. Midas isn't invited to the junior cookout. What? Yeah, no. But I'm very excited about my the evolution of you guys' personas. It's mad funny to me how it's changed. I think like little duder mechs and like the chat like climbs out of the eggs and they just like grow like one of those little, like, you know those little dinosaurs that you put them in a cup of water and they expand into foam dinosaurs? That's what you guys are like. You put the duder mech into a bowl of water and you just whoop into like a full ass man. Fancy duder cookout is inaccessible to my. I hate that. Twitch is one before you'd even started. Midas is invited to the fish fry though. Yippee! It's because you keep watering us. How you doing, Midas? Hi, Yu. I'm doing well. Yu has a special Halloween debut happening with a model done by a very familiar artist. I'm very excited. Can you put me in gamer subs instead of water? I'll put you in the titty milk flavor specifically. Hello, Cyranus. First time chatter, what's up? Talking about dunking people in titty milk until they inflate. What about you? Sounds like a fun conversation. Look, we're all doing our best here, okay? We're all doing our best. I'm excited and nervous? Yeah. Sounds so bad out of context. Not nearly as bad as me when I lost my tracking earlier and you guys won't let me forget it. Yeah. Sounds like chat keeps you in check. Monster fuckers rejoice, I shall serve you well. Excellent. What, are you a monster? Are you offering free services? Because, excuse me, my dear sir monster, it's not polite to solicit services in a public venue. Midas would name a Poland a Germanic country if she could. No! Poland is Slavic. Mothman or Flatwood monster? Bigfoot, Mothman, or Flatwoods? Mothman. Found you via the YouTube algorithm and found you pretty funny, so now I'm here. Let's go! Massive W. Hear that, chat? Hear that, chat? Cyranus thinks I'm funny. Fuck you guys. I'm funny. Now, if only YouTube multi-stream would work. I'm kind of choked that it isn't today. Crazy how Mothman fucking did an act of terrorism, hopped off the face of Earth. Yeah. Can you make that sound again? I'm genuinely not sure which sound. Yeah, you're funny. Funny looking. You know, one day you're gonna wake up pregnant with the weight of your sins. Your stomach's gonna bulge in a very orbular kind of way, and you're not gonna be sure why. You know, you're gonna think maybe you just ate too many 10-layer bean shit burritos, you know, or that is a beer gut developing. But no. That was me. That was me. I made you pregnant. And when that child is born, it will have 3 heads, 7 arms, 2 legs, and it will have like a big hole in its throat, and it will never stop screaming. And that will be your burden to bear. Your demonic mpreg baby. Chat, are we pregnant or not? Don't cross me. Don't cross me, chat. I'm a warlock. Ooh. Ooh. A guy saying to a girl you're weird means he's a crush on you and he maybe hasn't even realized. Hey, you know what? Doesn't even really matter at the end of the day. Because the difference between me and you is that I'm digital. You're real. I'm not here. I can't hurt you, chat. No matter how much I want to. I can't touch you. Where's the child support, Midas? Oh, fuck. Sorry, I was trying to run off screen for a bit and then I ended up knocking over my tracker. Okay, let me try again. I'm gonna go be an absent father. Yeah, no, my tracker isn't having it. Alright. Looks like for the sake of the bit, I am here and I'm going to help you raise this child. Thank you for the sub, Dino-Manic. I'm an absent father for 6 out of 7 days. We are a figment of Midas's imagination. Midas, we have milk at home. Discord was clowning on me today. So I have a thing I like to do. Oh, my battery's almost dead. I have a thing I like to do where once in a while I'll jump in the Discord, like the Midas Discord. I will just sit and call randomly. Like, I will just, like, no warning. I'll just pop in. And today I was grocery shopping and I was getting some cauliflower and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hop into the public VC and I'm just going to sit there. So I did. My headphones were kind of busted, but I figured it out eventually. And people started joining. They were a little confused and intimidated because it's just like, why is Midas here? In the VC. For what reason? Is something going on? No, I was just grocery shopping, right? And I was getting some cauliflower and I was getting some milk and just like, oh yeah, you know, my family, big family, all of us have different sensitivities. My brother likes only drinking chocolate milk. My other brother can only have goat milk because every other kind of alt or regular milk makes his stomach hurt. I'm lactose intolerant, so I can only really have oat or almond milk. Soy milk makes me break out real bad. And so I was going on and on and on in this Discord, and we have about 6 different kinds of milk in our fridge. And they wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. They kept bullying me for all of my milk. You joined in the WC? The VC. Yeah, in the Discord. Voice chat. Chat listens to streamer while shopping. Streamer listens to chat while shopping. Basically. Yeah, Midas is watching. That's a big meme in my Discord because I'm actually very present. Probably way more than I should be for a streamer or a YouTuber my size. But I feel safe. It's an 18+ community. And I like to just randomly respond to people's messages at least once a day. Usually more times. I'm a regular in my own server. It's kind of funny. And they've come up with a graphic that says Midas is watching, and they got the guy from Chainsaw Man. They spam it. It's pretty good. Lactose intolerant, bro. It's 2024. Stop being a bigot. I'll have you know. Midas is Fujoshi. I'm not! I don't know why you guys... You know what? You know what? I'll have it. There's an exception. I will be a Fujoshi for one particular ship. Chat. So you know the male dis VTuber model that I made you, and the twink dis and the hunk dis. Yes, yes, the Chadis. Just for you, because you want me to be a Fujoshi so bad. It is now a semi-canon in the Midasverse that the two versions of yourself fuck. Now shut up, or I'm gonna make it worse. No, I have not. We can go fuck ourselves, but we're already pregnant! Self-cess just crazy. It's touchtone telephone cartoon. Yeah. I want you guys to know, if I ever make it in a company, if I ever make it into a VTuber company, one of the first things I'm gonna do, like, I would never be allowed to tell anyone, right? But if you're ever looking for me, I disappear one day, you'll find me because one of my first song covers will be Lifetime Achievement Award by Lemon Demon, or something by Lemon Demon. That's how you can find me. If I vanish, but a VTuber starts randomly singing Lemon Demon, that's probably me. Touchtone telephone is how I actually found you. You have no idea how hilarious it would be if you made it into phase as an invader. Yeah, no, they're not gonna take me. I want you guys to know that they are not gonna take me. Okay. Can't wait for Midas to eventually look at Discord. Lamau. Midas makes a company themselves, hires only 2 people, and then fights everybody. I do have a personal project I'm working on. I'm calling Project Proto for prototype. And Protégé. Prototype and Protégé. Where I'm developing a live 2D model, character design, some assets. If you're a member on YouTube, you've seen previews of it. Like, I uploaded a little peek video of the live 2D model, and I've uploaded in the community tab pictures and whips. And I've even got a work in progress for a live 2D model for myself to match Proto. And I'm going to build a 2-person unit. I'm thinking sometime in January. I'm going to put out a casting call. It's not an audition, though it's technically an audition. I'm going to be looking around the VTubing space, or just the content creation space in general, for somebody that makes atypical content, who isn't afraid to be angry. I want somebody that makes a lot of, does a lot of stuff, but is also very caustic. Like, I want somebody who's an asshole, right? I want somebody that puts out something every day and is horrible, right? I don't want somebody that is a perfect idol. I want somebody that is worse than me, basically. And I'm going to take them on, and I'm going to give them a bunch of assets, and then I'm going to make like a strong power unit together. Yeah. It's going to be fun. Anyway, chat. We're reaching 3 hours. I'm thinking she can fix them. Oh, no. I want them to make me worse. I want this to be a Jesse and James situation. I want a power unit. An abrasive person to you or in general? Oh, yeah. No, I mean in general. Midas might be accepted into Nichi-Sanji. They're that desperate for talent. You guys want to know the number I'm at failure 76. I'm not getting accepted anywhere, and I've long since come to peace with that. And I'm very public about it, right? I used to be a lot quieter about it in my past identity because, again, if you talk about this kind of thing, you get blacklisted. Nobody wants to hire somebody that talks about this stuff for good reasons, too. And so me talking openly about this and me saying, I'm not going to get hired by this, that, and the other thing, even though it was my biggest dream for a long time, the fact that I talk about it is enough to tell you that I've given up. Okay? So, say what you like, but we're here for this party now. We're here for this ride, and I can say whatever I want, and I'm going to. Midas on the Sisyphus arc for real. Basically, you are, in the industry, what they would call the brand risk. It's a Lamau. It's a Midas party, and I'll cry if I want to. I like Indie Midas more than Company Midas. Yes, Indie Midas is a different beast, for sure. It's my party, and I'll talk the shit if I want to. Let's see. You know what I think? I think it's time we raid somebody. What do you think, chat? I'm thinking I'm going to raid one of my wonderful buddies at Mythos. I love the Mythos girls so much. Yeah, I love the Mythos girls. They are so sweet. Go give Zeus a big old-fashioned ouch Midas from me. Yes? Raid message is ouch! Oof, ouch. But thank you for coming today, and I'm so sorry that YouTube was busted. I'm very angry at YouTube for that. And I will see you guys on Friday. I've got something exciting planned. More so than a just chatting. It'll be a chatting stream still, but you know, we're having a good time. Mwah. Can I do the hand? Mwah. It's the most affection you guys are ever gonna get from me.